Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share good vibes and good times. Good friends and trends that bend the senses. Let's get a bit senseless. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we bring good vibes and good times. Welcome to the morning coffee show with Super Fast Tortoise. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we have the flow. Good vibes from head to toe. Let the happiness take you in.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Super Fast Tortoise show, where we got the flow and we want to make everything work for you today with an interesting topic. We got a roundhouse of people. We got KJ, Hillbilly, Lone Wolf, TCG Dude, which will be back in a quick short minute. What's up?
What's up?
Hey, howdy, hey, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. I tell you what, these temperatures we're having in the Midwest are not fun.
Whew. They ain't fun here either.
Like I'm surprised KJ's jar is not boiling right now.
Well, that's the nice thing about being the size of a head in a jar is you put me in the refrigerator. Just make sure you set it so that way that light stays on when you close the door. Get afraid.
Right?
Dan and the pickles.
Dan and the pickles. Dan and the pickles. That's right.
Yeah, well, I do know one thing. I can throw my grill out there in the sun. And I don't need no propane for it because that heat, oh yeah, that'll be enough to cook whatever I want, as hot as it is.
Can you imagine how seriously hot it would be outside to actually be able to cook a steak in the temps? Holy cow. You would cook just as fast as steaks would cook.
Yeah, that, and plus, I'm more or less talking about, stuff like eggs and stuff like that.
Hey, when I was in Southern California, we actually did that just to prove a point. And you can, I mean, it doesn't like fry like frying pan fried, but I mean, you see it start to go real quick when it gets on that hot pavement.
Right. One of the most clever things I've seen people do in the hotter states in general, like Arizona, even further west, is they would take those cheap or cheaper foam coolers, and they will use it as insulation. They'll wrap around in aluminum foil and stuff, and then put the aluminum foil on the lid too, and then put like a grate at the bottom to give it some space so like juices can drop and not infiltrate the food very much, and then put food in there, take it out, put the lid on top, set outside, and sun cook the food for hours, and it would legitimately cook in the heat.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
I mean, how inventive people get.
Yep.
You know what's funny? Funny on a different note. I don't know if chat heard this or if you guys saw this, and someone made a meme out of it, like saying they upset Elon Musk from his main plan. But someone got an electric car, and someone who had like the knowledge to do it got solar panels equipped to his car, so he didn't have to pay for electricity at a gas station.
Wow.
And I thought that was funny because it's like, well, if it works, if this is actually working with what this guy's doing, You know, he spent a lot of money on a car. Now he doesn't have to spend money on fuel very much, if anything.
Good idea. Don't get. No, it is.
I mean, that sounds like a cool idea, and on paper it would work, but I think realistically it's not a everyday commuter, right? You know, you got rain.
Right?
You got
days.
folks. Yeah, you know, what if somebody door dings your solar panel, bro? You can go to Walmart to get some milk and come back, and your whole panel is a spider web.
Right? Well, I don't know how much. I don't know how much it's effective because the guy even like the picture shows the guy covered his back window, so I don't know how street legal the thing is anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've just had a mental image. You know, you pull up to the Walmart. You know, you get a really good spot, and you go inside to do a little shopping. And when you get back to your car, like every homeless person in the neighborhood is charging their phone on your car because of the solar panel.
Yeah.
I don't know how that
Just
works.
saying, you got to be careful when going around with a mobile charging device.
Right?
Yep.
Right? You know what? I saw they did this in another country, and I could see Arizona, New Mexico, parts of California do this, making shade trees out of solar panels, and at the bottom have charging stations so you can sit there, cool off from the sun, and charge your phone while you're sitting down.
Huh. Interesting.
Not like that's an idea. Look, I didn't go to college for this, but I just saw someone else do this. Like in another country, they made a big tree where you can sit down, charge your phone, relax, and go enjoy the park, which their park was a beach, but hey.
You gonna park shame now?
Yeah, but park shame.
I mean, that's not a bad idea to do. I mean, listen up, government.
Yeah. Well, like even though they're getting cheaper, solar panels are still quite expensive. So
Yeah.
I don't know how big expensive the project would be, but that's a good idea. And like it's a great idea to have these not turbines. I had another thought about a turbine thing I read last night. Like have these shader trees that are solar panels to charge phones and stuff. And they also like they could like hook them up to the street lamps so they charge the street lamps for the night. You know, stuff like that.
Yep.
You do lots of things, you know. The thing is, we're getting more into a futuristic looking world at this point than we are really keeping nature there. But
Right.
also, someone come up with an idea, and I don't know how.
Keep
I don't
nature
know.
there. Pave it. Turn into a Walmart parking lot.
Well, so
nature.
someone had an idea.
Ugh.
Someone had an idea, and I don't know how legitimate it is. But you know, like Walmart parking lots, you know how they're not shaded really. There's like one or two trees in the parking lot, and it's really hot. They said, why don't they build the parking lots like that, and put solar panels on top so they can charge like the store or charge whatever it's charged to the city. You know, make it for the city, whatever. So the cars can stay cool and the energy is reusable. You know,
Yeah.
but I don't know how functional that actually is. But hey, it sounds like a fun idea.
I think I don't have any problem with that.
Guys, I have to cut you off. Guys, you want to know why?
Why?
There's a new secret layer alert! New secret layer alert! Ah, guys! Oh my gosh, go check it out, go check it out!
You're talking
We
about the
need to
deck that
present.
just spoiled, right?
Possibly. They got a galaxy foil bundle for Commander deck slapped with secret layer plus individual secret layers with the whole Edge of Eternity space theme going on. That literally just dropped.
Yeah, the secret layer chaos vault.
Yes.
Yeah, I just got an email about that.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dan. I know you're awesome, but I had to share with the world right now.
Oh no, you have to.
Yeah.
It
That
is
looks
kind of a
pretty
magic show after all.
Oh,
Yeah.
Crucible Worlds, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll definitely have to check that out a little bit later in the show.
Nice.
But yeah, I got the card list pull up right now.
Cool.
But anyways,
Sweet.
secret layers could be solar panel too. You know, can you imagine if if you could use magic cards as solar panels, charge your phone while you're playing games?
That'd be something.
You know who else charges cards? Gambit. I'd like to see him in the next Marvel drop.
Right? It'd be funny if they reskinned Jace Architect of Thought, Jace's Archivist, and had Gambit be like a reprint of that. That'd be fun because he literally Wheel of Fortune's your hand. He messes with your hand, draws you new cards. But like if they took that same concept and gave you a way to discard a card to deal damage to your opponent, that'd make a lot of sense.
Yep.
Because you play the card, mon ami.
Yeah, that's right. I love Gambit.
I play the card.
Play the card. But anyways, going on as we charge to the show with reasonable energy. The topic of the day is engagement. The engagement factor in the YouTube, and it could be other things, but YouTube's the main thing going on. And see what happened. What's inspired today's conversation is my TubeBuddy app. If you never use TubeBuddy, check it out. It's free to use. Pay to upgrade if you want to pay the upgrades, but it's free to use. There's even videos on it, and I'm pretty sure there'll be newer videos on it since they updated the app. And one thing it added to the show was the engagement factor on your streams or on your videos, like how many people liked, how many people commented, how many people chatted, etc.
That's interesting. I just downloaded it myself. It's a very interesting map.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Sorry, my cat was using the kitty room. The kitty room. I don't know if you heard the.
I thought it was my cat, and it was just picking up through my microphone. I'm like, wait, it's right here. The other one is right there.
I thought I thought you was getting ready to, scratch the record there and go into a rap.
Right.
Us cat people, we stop hearing it. I was listening to Scoob edit a 10-minute clip down into 7 minutes after having removed all the annoying ums and whatever's,
Right.
dead air. And when he played it back, I heard 7, and she was
That's right.
in the background, and just loud enough for it to be like in the background, and you don't know if I'm like, did you just add? Was my cat really that loud? Oh yeah, she was like yelling through the entire thing. It was really hard to edit. And so like a couple of times he tosses in like a graphic that says meow on the edit.
That's funny.
And you're like sitting there. When you're a cat people, you don't acknowledge the cat sounds because they're probably most likely not talking to you, and the cat doesn't even want your attention anyway. So, but not like a dog where if you hear a dog, okay, dog's trying to get my attention probably because somebody's at the door. Dog wants my attention probably because he wants something to eat. Dog wants my attention probably because it wants to go outside. Dog wants my attention because it's probably got to go to the bathroom and it's probably already went out the door.
Right. The cat's meow becomes white noise at a certain point.
Right. And so you don't even notice it. And then I'm listening to Scoob edit this video, and I was already praising him for being an artist, for being able to remove the Dan ums. And from there, I had to hear like the cat in the background.
Right. That's funny.
Yeah, it was happening on the round table too, but I didn't want to say anything because like it's not my show and I don't want to be like, yo, mute yourself.
Really quick, we got Backwoods Collector in chat. Backwoods, hello.
Backwoods.
Backwoods. Planting those trees so we don't have to. Thank you for stopping by and saying hello. And everybody in chat, if you have something to say, let us know. Yeah.
Yep.
So, talking about engagement, the engagement factor in YouTube. The reason why I bring this up because, believe it or not, this is one of the things that I don't want to teach you on YouTube. Like I legitimately looked up engagement on YouTube, and I looked engagement on videos, engagement on other things, and it kept bringing me on these other style YouTube videos, like how to set this up, how to do YouTube. You know, they brought me all these basic fundamental things about setting up your YouTube, or you know, or things that didn't relate to the idea of engagement. But then I started doing some more research on it, talking about engagement, and there's set up things you do for engagement, but there's also topics that you bring up for engagement, and it's interesting because engagement in the community is dependent on a very few factors that a lot of people don't really talk about. And I wanted to address this because, like, I noticed my engagement, they all my videos, they go based off my likes, they go off my comments, how many people chatted in a video. You know, it's interesting. And the reason why this is kind of important to like understand as a YouTube creator is the more engagement you get, the more YouTube pushes your video into the algorithm. You know, like they suggest your video. Like, have you ever watched a video and been
It's kind of like a
recommended?
snowball effect.
Right.
Sorry to interrupt you.
You're good.
Right.
You're good. Like, you ever watch a video, and just because you watched that one video, you got recommended like 10 other videos that are similar to what you just watched?
Yep. All the time.
You know, that kind of thing. You know, that's why like I'm very picky on what I comment on and stuff, like on the YouTube side, because like sometimes you watch a video and you're like, well, they didn't want me to comment, they didn't ask for a comment. You know, they made their video, they didn't make it engaging enough to be like, let's comment. But then you watch those videos where they're asking questions, or they know how to game your brain in a way to be like, oh, I want to respond. They did this, and I wanted to let them know what I thought. You know, and so engagement has become a two-forked prong of engagement on YouTube. Like, one, how you create your thumbnail and get people hooked, and two, things you say or do that get people to want to respond. And holy cow, number two, what I just listed, saying and doing certain things to get people to respond, there are people who abuse this in the worst ways possible.
Oh yeah, rage baiting, click baiting.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, so it's interesting, and I thought it'd be fun to have a conversation about this because the rate of, like, my engagement's pretty decent. It's not amazing like stats number if I throw it against like a big YouTuber, but it's pretty amazing because my engagement level usually is pretty good compared to how many people are chatting in chat most cases, most days, and how many people are engaging with the content. And I noticed the engagement switches between live content and video content. Like, people will comment on video content because that's the only way to speak to you on those. And on live content, no one likes to comment on those videos because they feel like they missed out on the live chat. You know, which is interesting because, like, I've noticed that for myself. I noticed that from others, and it's the formulaic way how people think that's changing a lot of things. I mean,
well, it's also just the way that you engage with entertainment, you know, or as a consumer, as
right,
a person watching YouTube, right? People do it in different ways. Or let's bring it back from YouTube and just say your phone, right?
Right.
Everybody's got a phone. We can't deny that.
That's right.
Right. Mm-hmm. But everybody uses their phones in different ways. You know, some will Facebook scroll, some will Instagram, some will X, some will read news articles from their local news, publisher because they're digital only and they don't do paper anymore, right? So there's like a ton of different ways. And then you go to YouTube, which, yes, is one of the largest platforms in the digital space, and like the second largest search engine, followed by Google, which Google owns YouTube, so it's basically together, right?
Right.
Yeah, dude. Like, there's so many different ways to watch YouTube, you know? When my son visited last winter, he wanted to watch funny cat videos, which is basically just like, compilations of AFV, bro. Like, we're old enough to know that, right? Some America's funniest videos or whatever, home videos. Yeah, imagine that. That used to be actual cable television.
Right.
That is now consumed in a like fast-paced microdose style in the form of shorts and compilation videos and stuff. And so that was just one way. Now, let's say he wants to do a toy review, or like, hey, there's this new G.I. Joe out, I want to, but I don't know if it's cool or not. Maybe let's see some other kid play with it. Or for us, it's like, hey, there's this new magic set. We're going to go look up previews, or the technician that's going to come over here is like, oh gosh, I don't know how, this is an old part. Maybe somebody else has done this before and put a video on it. Yeah, I know I just rambled and tangented there, but the point is that there's so many different ways to engage, and as the outputter, as the channel owner, you have a lot of pressure, right, to be successful. You're the owner and operator, basically, right? You're the brain and the bronze behind the situation. So there's a lot of pressure.
It's a learning curve. It's a learning curve that I'm actually going to venture into. Like usually what I do when I realize there's like something I need to work on, I'll spend a few months just diving into that subject and working on it. And that's how I slowly do good at certain things. I get into it. Really quick, Simulator 795 from Twitch side. What's up? So what's the topic? Topic is engagement factor in YouTube. Engagement factor in social media, basically, but mainly YouTube because I'm on YouTube. But you're watching this on Twitch on kjcowboydan side. Boop, boop.
Yeah.
Yep. And Design Shoe Scoops says, morning, pimps. Says, did you get your Spider-Man pre-order then? Nope, not yet. We still got vacation to plan for.
Yeah, I will eventually. I've got Edge of Eternity pre-orders at GameStop that I got to pick up on Friday.
Yeah. There's still a lot of things going through when it comes to Magic, and like, trust me, I can wait on a lot of things. Like, I will. Yeah. But like engagement in YouTube, engagement overall. One thing I could say, engagement starts from the topic you choose. Usually you choose a topic for your video. That's the first thing you do. The second thing most people do is create a thumbnail. And then they're like, that's what the big people are telling you. Create the thumbnail first. Then base your content off that. But
what? Who's telling you to fail? Who's telling you to fail?
Everybody's telling me to fail.
Yeah, no, you're gonna create a content. You're right. First, we're gonna take this white piece of paper right here. It has no markings on it, right there. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our cup of coffee and we're gonna sit and look at that for about 5 hours and base your content off that white piece of paper.
That's right.
Come on.
Yeah, but some people like that. That's a lot of the advice I get, like on YouTube. When you get on YouTube, you look up things like create the topic, create a thumbnail, and then within that thumbnail ratio, they're like, you can do this right before the thumbnail or after the thumbnail, like design, create a script or an outline, whatever makes sense to you. And they're like, didn't film off that because apparently, like, what these bigger YouTube say that works for them is they build their energy off the thumbnail to design. Because like one thing I learned about YouTube SEO score with the thumbnail design is You want to be clickbait, but you don't want to be dishonest about it. So if you're going to be clickbait, you got to feature that clickbait thing in the video so you're not dishonest about it. And you don't want to put anything that's going to get you canceled.
Okay. I've seen a lot of clickbaity titles that people would say are dishonest. Now there's a few out there. You know, let's look at take for example the Johnny Somali thing. You know, they keep on saying, "Oh, he's in jail. He's in jail." No, he's still going through legal processes. But the clickbait videos will say he's in jail. You know, and the problem is with clickbait is it's not that they're lying; it's that they're telling false news half the time, or false information. And most people need to realize if they're falling for clickbait, you fell for the bait. You know, you clicked into it, and you got to do your research.
Oh, it's funny that you mentioned that because my wife watches this channel every once in a while now, like every once in a while. She used to watch them religiously. They learn the art of clickbaiting. These people have been on YouTube for years, and they have other social medias, but YouTube mainly. And she's learned their clickbait. Like this, it's a family thing. And they'll be like, name of daughter got lost in this country. And really what would happen is what really happened is they over exaggerated a small thing that happened, but they wanted you to click on the thumbnail, you know, the thing. And so what's actually happened in this community itself, like you notice in the comments and stuff, one, the viewership has dropped. Like the viewership's dropped a bit because what happens, especially in those communities where you build kind of like a tight-knit community of support, is when people realize that you start clickbaiting them and whatnot, you start building mistrust. And mistrust is something you don't want in a community when you do something like that. Because like this one channel my wife watches every once in a while now compared to how she used to, is their main source of income was YouTube and social media and businesses attached to their social media. And they lost a lot of that. And in fact, they there's not to get too deep into the conversation of it, but it affected these people to the point where they had to leave their particular home to move to a different location so they can afford that. So take that knowledge with what you will. Clickbait gives clicks, but it don't give you subs. You might even gain haters. That's right. And that's a really good comment there too, because there's a certain community out there that people know, you know, like that rage bait all the time just for the clicks and views, and they hope you go and correct them in the comments because they don't care if you're correcting them; they care that you're commenting.
Oh, that's another group of people out there as well. Personally, I'm not a big fan of a lot of these YouTube pages out there, and it's my personal preference that go out there and they're like they're majorly in the nerd section.
Right.
They're doing the rage baiting. And I don't, last time I was all nerded up, like these things didn't bother me when I was a young nerd, the things that everybody's rage baiting about, you know. And I don't, of all people who get aggravated, it seems to be the comic book industry because they're destroying our lore. And I'm like, but every time they do a reboot on a series, they're destroying your lore. We go through this every single time. We go through the same argument every single time they redo Spider-Man, and then they forget that they destroyed the lore. You know, Spider-Man didn't have stuff come out of his arm. You know, they finally fixed Spider-Man, and then everybody's like, "Yeah, well, Raimi's Spider-Man was like the lore." No, it wasn't.
No, the fact they actually changed the lore.
Yeah.
To fit the character
You know.
in Sam Raimi's world.
But everybody complained when Sam Raimi, so it's like everybody's gonna complain and complain and complain, and they're gonna like, you know, and these rage bait channels, I used to watch a hell a lot of them, you know, because I loved them. I like watching people get mad, and then I was like, hold on a second, nobody in the nerd community truly cares about these topics,
Right.
you know, that they're getting mad about, you know. There's
You know, I can semi-relate to that in the sense that as a Magic player, re-entering the Magic space circa 2020 when the world went crazy, you know, a lot of people use the internet to express their frustrations and sometimes a little bit extra given the times. Unfortunately, that doesn't seem to have tapered off. For 5 years, people have just been complaining on YouTube about Magic, complaining, to the point where it's almost like demotivating to engage with Magic, you know? But hey, you know what relights the fire, bro? When I just go drive to my LGS on a Sunday afternoon and draft for 3 hours, 4 hours with a bunch of other dads and folks learning and, you know, young whippersnappers that are trying to get their edge, man. Like, yeah, like it's such a cool, fun way to engage with Magic and make me remember why I like it.
Oh yeah. Engaging with Magic is a lot different than consuming social media. Like, believe it or not, I've made it a goal to watch as little Magic content on YouTube compared to like toy collecting and stuff, because there's a lot of varying opinions on YouTube that some I don't agree with, some I just don't care, some of them are just negative no matter the line it crosses. And I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna be my brain's like, I'm gonna be selective on the Magic thing I connect with, because I don't want ill feelings towards the game be seeped into my personality when I love the game. I love the game for my reasons. Because some people consume so much, let's just say news in this term, so much news, so much media, that they let it become a part of their personality and affect their opinions more than they really opinionate with.
Right, we're all familiar with Grandpa yelling at the politician news on the TV. You know, it's similar to that.
Well, you got two bandwagons. You got the positive bandwagon, and you got the negative bandwagon. And you just got to choose which bandwagon you want to be part of.
Well, that's the issue.
Right.
The issue is bandwagon A and bandwagon B. One might be positive, one might be negative, but a new set comes out, they might be adverse. So now you're hearing bandwagon B and bandwagon A in different seats. You know,
despite being positive, there is such a thing as toxic positivity.
Right. Right. And look, a lot of these YouTubers will tell you it's all about not clickbait. It's all about views and responses, right? The clickbait happens in the beginning, right? You know, but they like some people will purposely say certain things to trigger you to want to correct them, want to respond to them, want to tell them what for. And that's how they get the engagement going up on their channels. They want to clickbait you into it. And that's one of the things, like, I honestly hope I don't do on my channel, which I know I want more of that engagement factor, but I want it to be genuine. I don't want someone to be rage baiting or trying to correct me on something because I purposely rage baited them into a content spiral. Like if I agree on one card, I want it because I agree with that card. If I disagree on a card, I want it because I disagree with the card. I don't want to ever be like, this card, having real no opinion about it, say something negative about it, so you tell me it's what you think. You know, that's one of the things I don't want to do. And that's why we're trying to be a positive channel all the time. We want to be positive. Sonic Choose Scoop says, or you can choose your own wagon. It pays to be original as well. That's right. And you know what? People will choose their wagons. Like, in fact, there's a guy on Facebook who's a big proponent of Final Fantasy Magic, which was cool. You know, just enjoy what you enjoy, interact with who you want to interact with. Then he didn't. This person didn't really say a lot about Edge of Eternities because it was a magic set. But Spider-Man gets leaked the day of the streamer event, and he starts complaining, "Who needs Spider-Man in a set?" And I know I believe I said this before on an earlier show. I responded to him and said, "Hey, dude, you liked Final Fantasy." I said, "I like Spidey. So not everything Watsy does is for you." And the guy responds back, "But I like Magic." And I said, "Dude, I like Magic too. I've liked Magic for 20 plus years."
All right, well, I myself have an issue with Spider-Man, but it's not Spider-Man being released on into Magic. It's being released too soon. Heck, Edge of Eternities, he even took a breath yet, and here we are already getting into Spider-Man. I'm just saying, a month apart, that's a little bit too quick.
Yeah. Well,
this release schedule may be part of the whole Cynthia whoever saga, right? The old CEO, right? The old boss.
Williams.
So Williams, thank you. Yeah, and so it might be like changing course here in the next year or two. Hopefully, they might slow it down. I'm hopeful for that.
Right.
Hey, Tortoise, I got a question for you, bro.
What's up?
How many Magic-related channels are you subscribed to or pay attention to that are under the 400 or 500 mark, that are not in your circle, that you don't know personally?
Holy cow. I can answer this for you. Though, to be honest with you, I know what you're talking about. When I first started following them under 400, if anything, there's got to be over 50 channels. How many channels do I pay attention to? Honestly, about 5. And that's not because I don't like people. It's just what happens. I'm subscribed to so many channels. I get notifications in, and some get pushed off, and I don't see them.
Yep.
Okay. Totally great answer, bro. I'm sub to many, but the algorithm knows what it's gonna do, and unless you have the bell ring, it's not gonna force feed. It's just random. It's random. The reason why I ask is because I wanted to ask you if you have noticed anything about engagement on their channels, or how little, or how much, or what kind of engagement.
So the different kind of engagement, the most engagement I actually see on channels is, to be honest with you, is more on non-Magic channels. Like, there are people, like, the big YouTubers, they get a lot of engagement, right? Because they know the bait system and everything. But, like, on these smaller channels, I like when I get introduced to a small channel and I follow them, when I actually go to their live or whatnot, I will go there and I will chat it up. And I will purposely chat up the screen so they get that push. Because there are people, and I know this for a fact, even on this channel, we'll be live, we'll have like 7 viewers and barely one person talking, but everybody just watching and listening. And I'm like, my brain's like, how did I get those people to chat? And that's what I think. And when I go to someone else's channel, I notice the same kind of thing going on. So I'll start chatting in their thing, trying to engage with the person. Because, like, sometimes, because there's one channel I'm honestly thinking about unsubscribing to, because I subscribed to them because I was referred to them, but they don't like talking to chat. They don't like engaging, which I don't understand. If you're going to go live, why go live if you don't want to engage? And I'm like, I tried pushing them up. I tried getting going on.
Yeah.
But then but that's a Magic channel too. But then you got a friend of our channel, like Bad Manners, who goes live, loves chatting with you, has really good communication on the thing. It's probably because he has a history of being 20 years a teacher before. And
can I ask questions, please?
Yeah, you can ask.
Okay. Does said streamer VTuber or FleshTuber?
FleshTuber.
I'm sorry, Dan, but I live in a world where that's a distinction. Crazy.
Cartoon or human?
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. No, I'm not offended. It was just like the weight of the world I live in just like collapsed on me in that question. Sorry.
Right. No, I understood what he meant. Cartoon or human? He's human.
You know, sorry, people. TCG dude is not 2D like a card. He's actually one of those 3D people. For those people I know, I socialize with 3D people. It happens.
Right.
Not everybody can be a cartoon.
Oh goodness.
All right. Hold on.
Well, yeah, no. So you mentioned earlier in the stream that you noticed a difference between your live stream engagement and your VODs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's because those are two different types of viewers, typically.
Oh, yeah. Also, like when it came down to, like, for example, with what I've been seeing with this Tuesday and what Scoob clipped from the show, like just even the clipping channels, just on the clips, you're gonna get more of engagement on those edited down portions of your lives.
Right.
Yeah, the watered down, the distilled portions.
Right.
Yeah.
And you need to yeah, and that's part of engagement too. Like if you do live, one thing I have a struggle with is making a short for it. But if you do shorts about your lives and stuff, it usually brings engagement into it, which is fun, especially if
they say that you should have your lives go live to only your supporting members who are like paid members, and then have the VOD out to the rest. And I have tried that, and I actually get a lot more of a response over on my Twitch side since like I've limited how much I've been doing over on the YouTube side, because I was doing like every game all the time. Now, if I play a game, unless it's one that I already have going as a series on YouTube, I'm going to be playing it on Twitch, not on YouTube. And if I get any good clippable moments, then I'll post that.
All right. No,
Heck yeah, man. Yeah, you don't want to stretch yourself too thin. That's the thing too. Before we get to the secret layer, because I know I'm the one that brought it up, and I appreciate that you made it there to the website. Dude, so I recently tried setting up a computer. Well, no, not tried. I did. I completed it. It set up a budget tower for my son, so he has a computer for school. All right. And so while test running the computer, I opened up Chrome and opened up YouTube, not signed in, right?
Right.
Man, the experience that I had on YouTube, not having premium, not being signed in, was atrocious. There was a forced ad, like sponsored ad for a new MMO, like phone game or whatever, on top of every page for every search on everything. There was multiple ads. Bro, it was horrible. So like, that's seriously, I have not been one in the past to support subscription services. But when it comes to quality of life and your time and valuing your time as a person, dude, you could potentially spend hundreds of hours clicking off ads over the course of a year. Or you could just pay, $23 a month or something and have premium. Like, I swear to God, I've had premium for 3 years and I've never looked back.
Yeah, same here. I've not 3 years, but ever since I got YouTube Premium, I've not looked back.
Yeah,
for sure. All right, so let's check out these sweet secret layers. We got the Chaos Vault, the first one that comes with reprocess. Ooh, that's a good reprint. We got Sylvan Safekeeper, nice. We got Zuron Orb, sacrifice the land you gain to life, nice. Yeah, Aggressive Mining, well, that's an interesting card to have, and Crucible Worlds, which is nuts. Good reprints. They're asking what?
Nice.
What?
That's nice.
Yeah. Galaxy foils for $59.99, $60.
party.
Oof.
Oof. Those are gonna have a good aftermarket price tag on them.
Yep.
That Crucible.
Considering how much the strip mine is, Guys, so I actually did get the original Galaxy Foil Secret Lair that dropped, and it was supposed to have a Fabled Passage and a Strip Mine. I got 2 Fabled Passages in it. Oh, I never sent in a ticket or anything. It was a couple of years ago, so I'm out $150 on a Galaxy Foil Strip Mine. But at least I have a standard legal Galaxy Foil Fabled Passage, so that's a decent trade-off.
I guess, yeah. I get that. That's all right. So this is the non-foil version, $29.99. Nice. And wow, there's a lot of cards here. Yeah. Imperium Canonist, Foundry Inspector, Goblin Engineer, Arcbound Ravager, and Dance of the Mats. Dance of the Mats is like the odd one in there.
It is an odd one. I have like a pet card love for Dance of the Mance when I got back into Magic circa 2020. Throne of Eldraine is what that came out of, and man, the potential is there if you build around it. Just
it's pretty good. I get you. I don't know where it is, but I had a Dance of the Mats somewhere, a foil version, I believe. But that's a $59.99 layer there. What's this? That's the non-foil version. Now, here's the interesting thing. For 104, you get a Galaxy Foil version of the Edge Attorney's Commander deck. So it's a foil bundle. You get that and the Commander deck. That's actually a good deal, everybody.
Yeah, I think it's the standard Commander deck, which is MSRP for $50.
Plus, they're charging $60 for those cards, so that's actually a good deal for those two, based off the pricing, what's going on. So yeah,
and you get free shipping too, bro, because free shipping after $99.
All right, you know what I'm going to do? For those who are interested, boop, there's a link to that exact. There's a link to that exact secret layer if you want to get into that one. Yeah. All right. Then let's see. Boop. It looks like they're doing the same thing for all 4 decks. That's interesting. Yeah. They're still selling that? They even dropped it to $24.99. Nice. You know that Astrid the Mask token card right there? They're selling for like $1. I picked one up. Yeah. There it is. That's pretty much it. There's a lot of things to go through. Check it out, everybody. I wanted to show the Chaos Vault. But yeah. Hold on.
I wonder if the other decks are, if the other, drops are the same cards for each deck.
No. The cards coming with the decks are the same cards you're getting in the secret lair.
Ah.
You're getting the bundle is you're getting the secret lair drop with the commander deck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which, considering some of the local availability for those commander decks, that's actually pretty reasonable, man. It's really frustrating when you go to even your LGS and they're like, sorry, we're sold out. Like, real talk, guys, real talk. Everybody thought that Final Fantasy was going to take the wind out of the sails for Edge of Eternities. No, what happened was it raised awareness for Magic the Gathering, and folks were like, oh man, you gotta check this out, you gotta play, man, it's so cool. And people came up and gobbled up Edge of Eternities, so much so. Right. I did the pre-release on Friday, got my pre-order play booster box, sold out of the play booster boxes.
Nice.
Got the last bundle, sold out for the weekend. Went yesterday for Sunday draft. Bro, I kid you not. They sold out with 12 people, and there was at least 4 or 5 regulars, including myself, that showed up disappointed, and the store felt so bad that they cracked open pre-release kits to let our draft happen.
Nice.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Ryan, what's up, Ryan? He says, since Final Fantasy made $200 million in just the first day of release, I don't think Wizards will keep their word about slowing down the release sets. Possibly. But look,
it's possible.
To be fair, right? Normally I won't back up Wizards because, Wizards do what Wizards does. But to be fair, they gave you enough time to plan for all these releases a year in advance. You could have planned for it. You know, that's all I'm going to say about that. Like, they didn't just shoehorn in it. They told you that it was coming.
Right.
And since they told you to basically be picky and choosy about what you want, they gave you time to do what you want. which I know I'm kind of a hypocrite on that, because we're saving money for a vacation instead of buying Edge of Eternities. But hey, we'll do fine. We got vacation.
Yeah, man.
Nope.
Magic set ain't going nowhere. It's gonna be standard legal for 3 years.
Not only that, the cards will be legal forever. You know, they'll sell them forever. You know, if you like they will sell the singles.
They'll be legal forever. They came out the box 18.
That's right. That's right. It'll be fun. Well, and Commander, they're legal forever, right? Until it bans. No, but still, you know, don't look at missed opportunities as missed opportunities, right? Like FOMO's a real thing, but remember, the cards are going to be in the secondary market.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and what's funny is because I was watching a video about how Final Fantasy card prices are dropping, like singles, and that's a good thing because people were spending premium money on the packs.
Oh yeah.
You know, so, but that's just a small thing I noticed. But with that, my friends, we got to get to the card of the day.
Card of the day.
Whoa, Spider-Punk! I saw this card and I thought of TCG Dude, and I'm like, this is a card that is pretty awesome. It's a little weird, but it's very aggro, and I love it. Spider-Punk costs a generic and red. His legendary creature, Spider Human Hero. He has Riot, means creatures he can come into play with a +1/+1 counter on it, or have haste instead. And he says other spiders you control have Riot, which is fun for a spider deck. But in most cases, you're just going to care that he has Riot. And he says spells and abilities can't be countered. That works both ways for you and your opponents. So your opponents can't counter your spells, but you won't be able to counter your opponent's spells.
Yeah, it's a symmetrical effect.
Right. But his main tag that I think is important with this is damage can't be prevented.
Yep. An old tortoise like you, with all your damage prevention from back in the day, just looks at this and smiles.
That's right. I used to run Turbo Fog back in the day, you know.
Okay. I always wondered about this. The damage can't be prevented. Does that mean it can't be blocked or what?
No. So basically, you cannot prevent the damage. So if he runs head into another creature during blocking, your opponent can't play a spell to prevent the damage happening to the creature. That damage is going to happen no matter what.
Ah.
Right?
Huh.
Right. So like in today's age, it would be like +10 in first strike, or like you did blocks, I'm gonna bolt your thing before it deals damage to me. But way back there was just a lot of prevent damage support.
Right.
But Magic has kind of leaned away from that.
Right.
Oh.
Because they want to push, like they've been wanting to push games further for more fun interactive games. Like back in the day, there was a lot of preventative things in Magic that kind of slowed games down. They're trying to make it where games go faster so people can play game 2 and stuff like that.
Wow.
But Spider-Punk is an awesome card, amazing addition. Like, I'd put him in a cube. I'd play him limited all day. I mean, 2 mana for a 3/1 is pretty good, or 2 mana 2/1 with haste is pretty good. This guy is solid.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun for sure, bro. If I'm in draft, I'm gonna pick it. If I might even jam it in standard, to be honest with you.
Right. And he could be your commander, mono red. Yeah, for those who play commander. Well, I don't think he's going to see a lot of commander placement. Like 2 mana, 2/1 with haste is pretty good, but I don't know if there's a lot of support for that. There might be. I don't know. I'm not that genius of a commander player for mono red. Mono red's one of my weaknesses.
Thanks for the info.
Right?
Wow.
But yeah, still good. Still a good card. Like I'd put this in my cube for limited drafting. So good. So good. Anyways, yeah, that was the card of the day.
Cool.
Thinking of cards of the day and stuff like that, we also got to get to the part of the day most people look down upon, and that is
Hit that subscribe button. Become a part of the crew.
Too much to take. Show is lit. MTG3, are you game? Rise, creep, rise, building a following as we gain. Spitting fire like a dragon, no one can bring us down. MTG3 in the house, we own this town. Ripping through the beats with a fury.
all right, everybody. It is time for the shill section. It's time to close out the show and say good night to everybody. But while everybody tells you to go check out their channel, go check out their stuff, right? Because we got a lot of amazing people here. You know, KJ, Hillbilly, TC Dude definitely do a lot of things. So we're trying to grow a community. You're here to grow with us. We appreciate you. And with that, we're going to start with TCG Dude popping up this. Whoa.
Ooh, thanks guys, I appreciate it. Yeah, good morning y'all. I'm Alex, the TCG dude, out here keeping magic alive. And yeah, man, I've just been kind of doing the dad life, participating in drafts recently and engaging with Edge of Eternity. Is really like the set. Hope you guys do too. I will be having singles on my store, which I'm going to list here in a minute in the chat. Yeah, on TCG Player, free shipping over $5. You know, I'm a level 4 seller, so I got it like that. But otherwise, if you guys just want to talk shop or play Modern or Standard with me, you can hit me up on X or Discord at TCG Dude. Every once in a while, I'm going to be doing some PlayStation streaming for Final Fantasy and whatnot on the Twitch side, so you'll see me there at TCG Dude 907. And if none of those work for you and you just want to do email, contact.tcgdude@gmail.com.
Contact.
So, yeah. I had to get a new email for that. I can't send the main one, you know, in case shenanigans. Yeah.
Shenanigans. I get you.
But yeah,
all
thanks guys. Great discussion today. Maybe we'll talk more YouTube shop later.
Yeah, sounds good. But with that, we're gonna roll over to the loneliest of wolves.
All right. I'm just going to keep it short and sweet today, guys. Just give everybody your love and support, and let's get everybody's channels growing, and let's get Tortoise over to 1,000.
Woo. All right. And with that, we're gonna crack into the head of the jar.
Hey, howdy, hey, boys and girls. kjcowboydan here. So today is Monday. Usually I do Minecraft on Mondays, but I might end up just doing something easy like a Suno session, but not certain as to what my plans are. I will be live though tonight. Tuesday, big night. 2 heads, 1 mic. We'll have his first official show of this new 2 heads, 1 mic, and we're gonna have a little bit of fun.
Oh yeah, sounds good.
We're gonna be showing off some of our jank AI. It's gonna be great.
Check out the mic for sure. It's a fun show to watch.
Yeah, we're gonna be looking at jank AI.
Jank AI. Yeah, but I'm just saying, go watch them. And thinking about watching people, you got to watch out for Hillbilly.
Hey, everybody. This afternoon at 2 o'clock, I'll be doing some more arena. Then I did some changes to my channel over the weekend. On Saturdays and Sundays afternoons, I'm starting a new game. Well, not really a new game. It's sort of an old game, but I've been playing it. Path of Exile. So on Saturday afternoons and Sunday afternoons, it will be Path of Exile. But the mornings is still going to be Magic the Gathering Arena. And that's the only changes that I've done to the channel. And if you enjoy Path of Exile, then make sure to come on by. And if you want to watch the past streams, then go ahead and watch those. And leave a comment on those videos. Let me know if you enjoyed it and if you enjoy that content. And that's so far. That's all changes I've done, and that's what's coming up this week. Not to mention tomorrow's Tuesday. Tuesday afternoon it'll be viewer battles. Plus, we're getting the new cards, and Tuesday night Commander night. That's a whole week schedule right there.
Laughing at the ball. He's like, "I'm here. Can we start the show now?" All right. Anything else, Hillbilly, before I transfer over?
No, that'll be it.
All right. This is Super Fast Tortoise. I don't know exactly what I'll be doing tonight, but I'll be doing something tonight on stream. So come check me out if you want to hang out. Thank you for giving me the chance to exploit your ears to my words and our words here, and letting us be a part of your life this morning. I hope you had an enjoyable coffee morning. I hope we were positive, had fun conversation for you. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. If you're part of Discord, feel free to reach me. A lot of things going on. Hope you have a great, wonderful evening. And I want to thank you, my channel members, for supporting me the way you do. I want to thank you, my every subscriber out there who helps grow the channel. We're trying to get to 1,000. We got a sweet Core 2 Commander deck giveaway at 1,000 subscribers with a playmat and sleeves and a deck box, all that fun jazz. With that, my friends, I'll remind you that you're loved. Someone's thinking about you. And if you can, say and or do something positive for someone else today, because you might be able to change someone else needs today. And with that, we're going to get to a sweet outro.
Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share good vibes and good times. Friends and friends that bend the senses. Let's get a bit senseless. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we bring good vibes and good times. Welcome to the morning coffee.